Hey everybody, it's Alan Clark with, Alan Clark Photography. Look, this is in the form of an email, but if you can take a minute and a half and just listen to some of the things that are coming up for me, I thought you should pay attention to some of this because we've got everything from teaching modules to courses and probably some workshops coming up and just a whole lot of content. I'm about to fire it up on the content front, doing some trips specifically. Also gonna get back into my spacesuit exhibit that I've been working on for the last 10, 15 years. Anyway, there's a lot of things coming up. I just wanted to make sure you guys were gonna see all of the stuff. If you're interested, send me messages, DM me, let me know. But one of the main things is, if you could do me the favor and the honor and just go to every one of my pages like YouTube, Instagram, even in Reels, TikTok, Facebook, and especially share. If you could just share some of this stuff, I think it's going to be helpful to others. That's the whole point of this anyway, is that I'm going to start telling my story and talking about me just a little bit more, but in hopes that it can inspire you. And that's the main thing. And honestly, what I want to get across is two things. One, we as creators have forgotten how to do one thing very well. We've kind of given up on it, and now we're doing 8 things, 6 things. We've got side hustles coming out our ass. And to me, I don't want you to forget that you were made to do one thing really well and to be great at something. And that's kind of where a lot of this is going to come from, because I want to help people and guide them back. It doesn't necessarily mean just photography. It just means creators and creatives alike. And that's what I want you to hear coming from me. I'm not really trying to sell tips and tricks and all that kind of shit that you see when you're looking for this stuff, or that you see it when you come across it on social media. I'm not really interested in that. Now, will I have teaching modules? Absolutely. I'm gonna have teaching modules, but I'm not here to sell you that stuff. I'm here to help you with that. If you want it, go get it. If you don't, just let's talk about stuff. So I wanna have a lot of conversations, not just with you and individuals and creators, but also just other photographers, other painters, writers, musicians, and bring them into a little roundtable situation. So that's one of the things coming up. I'm going to start doing Facebook Live every other week. I think we're planning on Sunday nights, and then in addition to that, doing a roundtable where we gather in one day for about 5-6 hours, and then we appropriate all that content. And we're going to talk about some of this tough stuff that we have to go through. With COVID, how do we promote ourselves? How do we sell ourselves? Really, social media seems to be the thing that everybody's so ticked off about. But the younger generation and younger people understand that they need to get on there, but they really don't know why. So there's this weird combination of people with substance have not enough followers, and then everyone that has a great following doesn't have a lot of substance. That's why you see them spitting stuff like that, back out again and regurgitating it. It's because they don't have a lot of substance, and so therefore they have to borrow other people's substance. So it's kind of like a Pinterest gatherer, you know what I mean? So that's what I want us to really focus on, is how do we become more creative, how do we listen to our voice, how do we trust ourselves, and how do we go for it and start kind of focusing in on 1 or 2 things that we can really do well. And that's what this is. So I want you to watch this video, and I want you to go listen, subscribe, but more importantly, share with others some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing. That's it. That's what this is. I just want you to share. Thank you. And for those of you who know me, I would really appreciate it. And those of you who don't and just like what I'm doing, I really appreciate it too. Talk to you guys soon.